Well, it's not too early in the morning. Actually, I'm not really a morning person. So I just thought I'd take you through my day of what I eat in a day. So just making myself a coffee. And this morning I'm having this new find. I have found this dark chocolate hummus at Costco. And I have that on some rice crackers, and I'm pretty liberal with covering the rice crackers with about 2 tablespoons. Let's take a look here at the nutritional facts. 2 tablespoons is 80 calories, so I put 2 tablespoons on these rice crackers, and the it's low in sugar. It's 5 grams of sugar, and the carbs are 9 grams. So, yeah, and I just boiled some water. I'm having some coffee. I did drink decaffeinated coffee up till about 6 months after my surgery. But as you know, I have now almost 2 years after my VSG surgery. So yeah, that's my breakfast. I'll tune in later for my lunch. Okay, it's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I haven't had my lunch yet, but I'm going to have my lunch after I work out here at Planet Fitness. So I'm going to work out here for about 2 hours, and I do that every day from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. about, and then I pack my dinner and go to work. So I'm just going to do my 2-hour workout. I do about half an hour of cardio and then about an hour of weight training. So we'll see you soon. Okay, so I just finished half an hour of cardio. As you can see on my watch here, hopefully it will show up. There we go. I got my heart rate up to 120, and I did cardio, elliptical, walking, elliptical machine, and the sitting machine. And now I'm going to go and do about 45 minutes of weight training. So it's good to get your heart rate up to at least between 110 and 120 for me anyway. But if you're out of breath and you're sweating, that means you're working hard and burning calories. Okay, well, I finished my weight training part of this afternoon's workout at the gym. So as you can see, I did 48 minutes of weight training. 365 calories have been burnt. It's harder to get your heart rate up when you're doing weight training. So make sure you keep an eye on that if you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. So now I'm going to have a bite to eat. All right, back from the gym. So now I'm going to have my lunch. Basically, a lot of times after I go to the gym, what I like to have is a smoothie. And the way I make a smoothie is I use my Premier Protein. I have half a banana, and I have some frozen strawberries. And I put that in my blender, and I make a nice smoothie. So I'm going to make that now. By the way, I put in about half a cup of strawberries. And then I put in the, well, let's just angle it here and you can see what I'm doing. There's the Premier Protein. Get my protein in for today. And by the way, when I was working out at the gym, I was constantly taking sips of my water bottle that I brought. So here's some noise. There we go. And now we have our smoothie. So I'm just going to sit and watch Ellen DeGeneres, and then I'll be making my salad to take with me to work. So there's my smoothie. Delicious. Delicious. Okay, so I finished my smoothie for lunch, and now I'm just making my dinner because I have to pack my dinner every day, 5 days a week, to take with me to work. So a lot of times I buy these pre-made up salads from Loblaws, the grocery store here. And this one here looks very nice. And this whole box is 500 calories. But I'm not going to have the whole thing. I'm going to have half. And I bring it with me in this Tupperware container. And then usually I add a little bit more protein to it. So I had grilled chicken still. And then for dressing I use this, no, wrong dressing. Where's the dressing? Oh, here it is. So for the dressing I use this home-style ranch. And I'll be posting all of the nutritional stuff at the end of the video. And yeah, so I'm just gonna add some more protein now so I just basically take some chicken, and my dog here loves having some chicken too. Come here, Lucy. I don't know if you can see. No, you can't see her. Here you go. Oh, that's good, huh? My dog always gets a little bit of chicken. You know, the thing about this whole weight loss journey, and I've talked about it many times, is that you have to be consistent and you have to stick to tracking your food every day, even 2 years out. This is 2 years. Next month, March 20th, will be my 2-year surgiversary. And I found that the moment I stopped tracking my food and stopped using my app to see how many calories and how much protein I've eaten a day, that's when you get problems in the scale. And things that I realized, I put in a tablespoon of home-style ranch dressing, by the way. There we go. That's a tablespoon. So, yeah, it's a nice looking salad. That's my dinner. And I also take some coffee with me to work. Make my own coffee. Don't buy it at Starbucks. Save a lot of money. So I have my handy container that I put my dinner in and bring it with me. Need a knife and a fork. Knife and a fork. Here's my thermos that I use to bring my coffee to work. So I save hundreds of dollars from Starbucks by bringing my own coffee. So what I was saying, I was chatting earlier with somebody. Oh, by the way, I put in about half a cup of milk in my coffee, always. I always drink my coffee with milk. And here in Canada, our milk comes in plastic bags, by the way. You've probably seen many funny stories about Canadians and their plastic bag milk. It's very handy. And I put in 1 sweetener in my coffee. Lucy! Lucy, come here. Come say hi to my friends on the camera. Come and say hi. Oh, here's my dog, Lucy. Here's Lucy. Say hi to everybody. Hello, everybody. She's waiting for a treat. Because whenever I'm in the kitchen, she gets a treat. She's spoiled rotten. Treats for you, Lucy. Here you go. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I was talking about Oh, by the way, I make my coffee with a Melita filter. It's absolutely the best and only way to make coffee because you can make it nice and strong. I find that the Keurig, these little pods, they're too small. And now you can just basically add as much coffee as you want to the filter. You just add hot water and you have a fantastic cup of coffee. And I use Starbucks espresso coffee that I buy at Costco. So, so I do this every day, 5 days a week. I bring my coffee, make my salad, bring my salad to work. And I was chatting earlier with a friend on Facebook. And it's great to chat with other people. And I made this sort of revelation that I'm in food prison the rest of my life. For the rest of my life, I have to watch what I eat. I have to count my calories for the rest of my life if I want to continue with this weight loss, get into Wonderland, and then once I get into Wonderland, stay in maintenance for the rest of my life and not regain the weight. And you have to be really strict and diligent and motivated to stick to your caloric maximum every day. So I eat about 1,200 calories a day. I work out every day. I'm trying to work out every day at the gym, and I track my workout at the gym with my watch. And I burnt 500 calories at the gym. But I don't add those 500 calories to my daily caloric intake. Because, you know, some people are like, oh, well, I ate 1,200 calories, but I burnt 500, so I can eat 1,700 calories. No. The key to weight loss is always, and has always been, you need to burn more than you eat. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound. So if you have a deficit of 3,500 calories at the end of the week, if you know what your BMR is, I have a scale that shows me what my BMR is. So your body mass, I can't remember the word. Well, anyway, my BMR is about 1,400 calories a day. So as long as I burn and not eat at least 1,200 to 1,000 calories, then I will have a deficit at the end of the day. So if you have a 500 calorie deficit every day for a week, you have 3,500 calories that you built up in a bank. Let's say it's like a bank of money, but it's a bank of calories. So you're banking calories. That's a good way to put it. You're banking calories. So, and the only way you know if you're banking calories is by using an app to track. And that's what I do. I still use my Net Diary, and I track how many calories I burnt, how many calories I've eaten, how much protein I've eaten. And of course, you have to continually drink water all day long, and track your protein and track your carbs. My carbs are usually up around 100 grams a day. My protein is about 80 to 100 grams a day. It's hard work. It truly is hard work. I have to do this the rest of my life. And my message to anybody that's had bariatric surgery, 2 years out, you're done with your honeymoon. You're done with all your weight loss because your stomach is a bit stretched. You find you can eat more. I can eat pretty well as much as not as much, but I can eat much bigger portions now than I did 2 years ago, right after the surgery. And so that's a big flag for me, like, oh shit, I can eat a whole hamburger now. And when I first had the surgery, I couldn't even finish a quarter of a hamburger. Speaking of hamburgers, because I had a hamburger a couple nights ago as a treat for myself. And that's another thing that I learned from this course I took at Toronto Western Hospital on mindfulness-based eating, that it's okay to treat yourself every now and then. It's okay to have a chocolate bar. It's okay to have a cup of popcorn. But don't do it every day. That's it. You have a treat for yourself, maybe once a month or once a week. Make sure that you log that treat in your app. I logged my Harvey's hamburger, was shocked to find out that a Harvey's hamburger is 450 calories for one burger, a cheeseburger, but it was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. And yeah, I've also recently I was watching a little video from what's her name from The Biggest Loser. Oh, I can't remember her name. The girl with the long hair, the gay girl. Anyway, she was talking about if you hit a wall and you've had like a plateau for a long time, up your calories a lot for one day. Like if you're normally eating 1,000 or 1,200 calories, then just go up to 3,000 calories for one day and then go back to the 1,200 calorie and you'll probably break through the wall. I had that myself. The day I had the Harvey's hamburger, I did have a very high caloric day. It was up around 2,500 that day, and the next day I lost weight. So it's true, that does work. So that's it for now. My dinner's ready, and now I'm gonna go to work. And I'll tune in again tonight after work. Okay, on my way to work. I've never done this, recorded video in a car, so I've seen many people do it, so I thought I'd try it as well. It's a good way to continue talking about life, about my journey. You know, the interesting thing about driving now, 2 years later, when I started at 450 pounds, I didn't even fit in the car anymore. That's how big I was. And now I fit the seatbelt, no problem. It's comfortable for me to drive, and I really like driving. And it makes it so much easier for sure to get around. My job, I don't have to drive far to get to my work. I work at the Canadian Opera Company down at Front and Parliament. And right now I'm in the, as it's called, the Gay Village, Church and Wellesley. And so it's not very far. It's about 2 kilometers. My goal is to be able to walk those 2 kilometers to walk to work, hopefully by this summer. So far, I can walk 2 blocks back and fro from my house, walk 2 blocks and walk 2 blocks back. So it's about a kilometer is the furthest I can go walking. And I still walk with a cane, by the way. So yeah, the journey is, again, what I was saying earlier in the kitchen is that, by the way, I think I remembered this Biggest Loser's woman's name. I think her name is Jillian Mitchell, I think is her name. Actually, I should just look it up. But anyway, yeah, carbs, calories, but it's mostly calories. When I'm talking to people, they say, no, calories in, calories out. Make sure that you always have a caloric deficit at the end of the day. And the only way to track it, once again, is with your app. Okay, well, I just got home. Long night. It's now 9:45 in the evening, and I'm just going to have my last snack. I usually have a protein bar before I go to bed. And that's it. So that's my day with what I eat. And I'll post the macros here as well. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you have enough information now to help your own journey. I'll talk soon.